Y'all ready to see Usher take the stand in Diddy's trial? Because word on the street is he's one of the many who got subpoenaed to testify about what really went down at that infamous Diddy flavor camp. Child.
I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
But hold on, it gets even spicier. Allegedly, there's a recording. Yes, a recording. And it's courtesy of none other than the late Kim Porter. And this isn't just any recording either. It's rumored to be explosive, mind-blowing, and reportedly set to be played in court. So the question is, what did Kim know? What did she see? And why did she hold on to that footage? Was it for protection, leverage, or just straight-up receipts in case things went sideways? Let's be real. Kim was there during some very pivotal moments in Diddy's life. If anyone had the inside scoop on what really went down between Diddy and Usher, it was her baby. Now here's where it takes a turn. Insiders, people with the real 411, are claiming that Kim Porter allegedly had access to old security footage from back when she and Diddy were both working at Uptown Records. Why? Because she reportedly had a feeling that Diddy was cheating on her, so she started digging. And what she allegedly found? Woo. First up, a tape of Diddy and music exec Andrew Harrell being intimate. Kim reportedly confronted Andrew, but he denied everything. Still, the footage said otherwise. And if that wasn't enough, things escalated. Kim allegedly discovered another tape, and this time, it was Diddy and a young Usher. Yes, that Usher. Sources say it shook her to her core. And there were even whispers that Usher's mother confronted Diddy after discovering what was allegedly happening. Though why she didn't take further action remains unclear. Now, get this. Before Kim passed, her home was burglarized. But here's the weird part. The only thing stolen was her laptop. No jewelry, no cash, no safe cracking, just the laptop. Doesn't that sound less like a robbery and more like a targeted cleanup operation? Like someone was sent in for a silent data heist? Rumors say that stolen footage might now resurface and may even be used as evidence in court. Let's rewind for context. Usher was first signed to LaFace Records as a teen and then handed over to Diddy as his mentor. His mother admitted at the time she didn't really know who Diddy was, but she trusted him. Usher moved to New York to live with Diddy. And this is when things allegedly got wild. Usher has since spoken about how the experiences he had during that time were shocking. And he's publicly said that as a father, he would never allow his child to attend Diddy's infamous flavor camp. So when you piece all this together, the tapes, the mentorship, the break-in, the whispers from insiders, and Kim Porter's alleged unreleased memoir, you've got something that sounds way bigger than a court case. This is deep. And if any of this proves true in court, it's not just going to shake the music industry, it's going to redefine it.
Curious, I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about that shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell
Usher was once asked about his time at Diddy's infamous Flavor Camp during an Essence magazine cover interview, and while he didn't say much, what he did say raised eyebrows. According to the article, Usher was relaxed and confident when talking about his future, film projects, a new album, and several business ventures. "Something you should know about me is that I'm a businessman before I'm anything else," he said. Look at the capabilities of Martha Stewart, Russell Simmons, Scene Puffy Combs, or even 50 Cent with G-Unit. Look at what they did with their licensing. This is my opportunity to do the same. Clothing and shoes are kind of the standard nowadays, so I'm figuring out how to approach it from a different angle. However, things shifted when the conversation turned to his time living with Diddy. Usher reportedly became noticeably uncomfortable. His response? "I want to save some of this for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot going on. Trust me." The tone spoke volumes. Usher's name has also come up in legal filings connected to Diddy. In producer Lil Rod's lawsuit, Diddy was alleged to have made bold claims about being involved with a popular artist, one who performed at the Super Bowl and held a Las Vegas residency, a description many believe points to Usher. Additionally, Usher is mentioned in singer Dawn Richards' recent lawsuit. According to the legal documents, Richard claimed that she, Usher, Ne-Yo, and music executive Jimmy Iovine were all present at a dinner hosted by Diddy in West Hollywood. During the evening, Diddy and Cassie Ventura reportedly had a tense exchange. The lawsuit states that Diddy raised his voice at Cassie and acted aggressively, causing her to become visibly distressed. Richard says Cassie had to be helped out of the restaurant, while Diddy stayed behind and continued the dinner as though nothing had happened. Usher, along with the other high-profile guests, reportedly witnessed the entire event. This isn't the first time questions have been raised about what really happened during Usher's early years in Diddy's circle. Former bodyguard Gene Deal once commented that he couldn't understand why Usher continued to publicly praise Diddy, implying that many who were around back then know much more than they're saying. Between the interviews, lawsuits, and eyewitness accounts, it's clear Usher's connection to Diddy, especially during those early years, remains a topic of growing public interest and scrutiny.
I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know
Have you ever noticed how Usher seems visibly uncomfortable around Diddy? Especially during moments when Diddy makes suggestive comments, like that time he told Kevin Hart they used to wake up together. Just watch Usher's reaction. It says a lot without him saying a word.
Brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like just how, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying, but it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up earlier than me. Now he's one of the richest stars.
There was also a moment when Diddy complimented Usher, calling him stylish, and mentioned him casually eating cereal in his kitchen.
I was so mesmerized, I don't even know what you're talking about. I was just so blown away by the stamina, the connection, being able to be connected that long, so much. We had like so much mother on this head, all those dance numbers and all that. Take your time with it, breathe it in. Yeah, they yours, and you gonna see this for you. You ain't for nobody else but you. You take that time, boy. I see you. Fly ass fucking doing baby. You were in the kitchen eating all my cereal. Man, you doing babies in a pink suit. God is the greatest. Won't he do?
If Usher is indeed subpoenaed, it wouldn't be shocking. But the question is whether the defense will bring up some of his past issues, like the time he faced allegations from several individuals who claimed he exposed them to health risks. You might remember when a woman named Quantasia Sharpton, along with a Jane Doe and John Doe, filed a lawsuit against Usher. They claimed they had been involved with him and alleged that he didn't inform them about his herpes diagnosis, putting their health at risk. They sought unspecified damages, with one woman saying that after having relations with Usher at least twice, she contracted the disease and suffered the tragic loss of her twins, which she said was a direct result of giving birth while infected. Additionally, a John Doe claimed that he met Usher at a spa in Los Angeles' Koreatown, and after their encounter, he also contracted the illness. There was also a report from someone who claimed to have witnessed Usher in a gay club, sharing that after a performance, Usher and his entourage went to a popular venue. The person mentioned that Usher struck up a conversation with an older man, and at one point, it seemed as if they were about to kiss. While this person said they were surprised by the situation, they also stated, "This is Chelsea, so anything goes." When asked if Usher seemed to enjoy his time, the source said, "I know he did." Considering how intense cross-examinations can get, Usher would definitely need to be prepared if he does take the stand. Meanwhile, there's growing speculation about Kim Porter. Some believe that she may have shared crucial evidence with someone close to her before her untimely passing. Reports claim her home was broken into, and the only thing taken was her laptop. Many suspect that Kim, being as thoughtful as she was, didn't keep everything in one place. Allegedly, she had started distributing parts of her story, including audio recordings, video footage, and her unpublished manuscript, to trusted friends and family. This raises the question, what if someone has been quietly holding onto that material all this time, and couldn't have already been released to the prosecution? There's no doubt this trial will keep us on edge, and the emerging details are sure to continue to capture attention. Let me know what you think about the possibility of Usher's recordings being played in court. Drop your thoughts in the comments below.